Hi there, I'm Aiden, I'm the Technical Director for Blustream in EMEA. We've been asked to give you a quick overview of the PDU range that we have. So 3 products in market at the moment, with 2 more coming in the next 4 months. We'll start first off with the IEC Mains PDU. So there is an 8-way, a 4-way and what will be a 2-way version. This is coming in the next quarter. And then also coming soon is the 8-way strip mount, so back of a rack, vertically mounted. Essentially this is exactly the same as the 8-way rack mount horizontal variation. The PDUs are 8-way 16 amp, the 2 smaller ones are 10 amp variations, anything from your standard 110 volt all the way up to 264 volt, depending on where you are, what country, what needs to be delivered. Each of the outputs are independently controllable. Obviously, trigger them on and off as you need with regards to whether it be an API command, but you've got overload and surge protection as well as interference filtering on those as well. That can be automated behind. If there is a spike, you can have it automatically turn off, trigger. It can reboot for you if you need. After power cuts, we have scheduling capabilities, so you can have stuff turn on in sequence as needed. You choose the gap between those sequences and the order of which your outlets need to come on. If it's not important, you can have the first 4 outlets, for instance, come on instantly, and then you can sequence the 4 others which may be more important equipment that maybe need to be sequenced after. I don't know, it might be something like your networking hardware here needs to come on first, start up, get all of the DHCP sorted before these then power on themselves. Dual redundant network capabilities, so you've got your backup there if needed. It can also be set to a separate NIC if you've got something along the lines of, I don't know, there's some kind of monitoring that needs to go in from a separate route in for that monitoring purpose. There's sensor ports on the 8-way variations, but not on the smaller ones. This just gives you the ability to be able to do movement, humidity, temperature, those types of sensors, integration with building management systems. I don't know, the temperature in a rack room becomes too much. Let's turn off certain things or turn on certain things to help with the cooling effect, for instance. You've got controls on the fronts of these units if you want a customer to be able to go and physically press, but you can disable those when it comes to that. The interesting one is the low voltage variation of our PDU. This gives you the ability to be able to do from these independent outlets here 5 volt, 9 volt, 12 volt, 18 volt or 24 volt outputs independently. So you could have a couple at 5 volts, the rest at 12 and 2 here at 24 volts. We also give you the ability to tune up and down by 1 volt. So it might be that you need a 25 volt output or a 23 volt output. You can move those up and down by 1 volt as you need. The perfect thing with this is great for where you have racks that have lots of transformers. We could, wall warts, the step down mains to a 24 volt output, which generally those products sit on a power strip. Those little transformers do tend to go pop at times, especially if racks are turned on and off, whatever it might be. This gives you not only the ability to be able to control those and schedule them, turn them on and off as you need, but also monitor what's happening with them at the same time. So
you get the voltage for each channel or for each socket?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, indeed. So you can see here we have the ability. This needs to be logged in again. But we have the ability with these to be able to choose what voltage. But you will notice here that on each of our PDUs we have the ability to be able to monitor current, power, voltage, energy consumed in the power factor in that as well. And that's across the whole range of these particular power products.
Currently any integration with any of the monitoring systems like normal?
So with XYTE, yes. But we have the ability for you to be able to monitor via things like SNMP traps from Modbus, TailNet, MQTT. So if you wanted to do something like, I don't know, oversee, you can use an SMP trap to do that, bring that straight in. So yes, there is that ability, but we are announcing at ISE this year our collaboration with XYTE, and these products are available straight away on the XYTE platform from now. now. We've also we're just about to release the ability to do a Watchdog function on, again, any of these products. The Watchdog function gives you the ability to be able to, from any of the outlets, so say with a 4-way, you can attach 4 pieces of networked equipment. Now that could be a router, a matrix, an audio matrix, and some other piece of equipment. You set the IP address for each of those bits of equipment, and it will constantly ping that piece of equipment. If it doesn't respond to the ping, you choose what the outlet then does. So it can power down, it can power up, or it can reboot. So that gives you some autonomy based on a network state of a piece of equipment, rather than being able to physically monitor the power or the current or the energy that's being drawn. It gives you the ability to see its network connectivity and reboot based off that. The only other thing that you've got on there is the ability to send emails out if you get a surge, a power cut, whatever it might be. You can have up to 3 email addresses, so it could be the integrator, the end user, and I don't know, the systems manager of a building, for instance. There is also the ability to do 24-hour day, 7-day scheduling. So in an office block, a corporate environment over a weekend when nothing might be used, turn everything off, let it cool down, don't waste the energy. So thinking about the whales at the same time as giving people that control over their system. And that's it. So the 4-way and these 2 8-ways available in stock already. The 8-way vertical and the 2-way IEC PDU, those will be out in the next quarter. Thank you very much.